It's crazy. Like in hindsight now, going back a decade, year number one of ClickFunnels, we ended up getting 2,500 people ended up buying the $1,000 offer I made at the end of the webinar, which is great, right? It's a really good business. But what's even better is 7,500 people created a trial on the thank you page and stuck. So we had 7,500 people paying $97 a month for ClickFunnels after the first 12 months. So it's crazy. You look at like most people do a webinar like, oh, we did US 2,500 times 1,000, right? We had $2.5 million in sales. That's great, right? But what you don't understand is that 7,500 times 97 is $7.5 million. No, it's more. No, what's the math on that? Anyway, it's like I think it's close to $9 million a year in recurring revenue, right? Way more profitable than what we sold on the webinar. It was that little tweak, little hinge that swung a huge door, right? And so we started calling these thank you page Mifkis. What's a Mifki? Mifki stands for the most incredible free gift ever. I learned this from Dan Kennedy. When I bought Dan Kennedy's company, it was funny. I'm a consultant as well. So when I consult with a company, I look at like what's already working and then how can we like double down on, like how can we take that and improve upon it versus like scrap everything and start over. So when I bought Dan's company, I met with this whole team, flew out here to Boise, and I asked them like, hey, you guys have been running this company for 40 years. Like, what's the like what's working, right? And they said, well, the thing that's been working for 40 years is the Mifki. And I was like, what? The Mifki? And like, yeah, the Mifki. And I remember I hated that word for a while. I was like, that's the most annoying word ever. Now I love it, right? And I said, what's the Mifki? And said, oh, it's the most incredible free gift ever. Mifge, Mifki, right? And they took the Mifki. And so what Dan Kennedy would do is when he launched his newsletter back in the day, it was like, hey, when you sign up for my newsletter, you get like $10,000 worth of bonuses and money-making advice for free. So it was like an irresistible offer, right? And so when we launched the Dan Kennedy company, when I relaunched the company, we just made a really good Mifki offer. We launched it, and that's how we built that whole business and that brand again. And so that's what a Mifki is, a really good offer. And so what we do inside of on thank you page Mifki, someone registers for a webinar, for a challenge, for a launch, whatever it is, and then on the thank you page, after we thanked them, they make them an irresistible offer, a Mifki offer, right? An offer they can't say no to. And so that's kind of what the Mifki is. All right. Okay, so those are the two things you've got to understand. Okay, number one was how the product launch funnel works, and number two, how a Mifki funnel works. Okay, now what we're gonna be talking about differently, what we're gonna do today, again, is the secret to selling basically anything without selling anything. Okay, and I call this a content launch funnel. And we started this 4 years ago, where basically like I have a ton of offers, right? I have more offers than probably anyone on the planet. I've got my .com secrets book, expert secrets book, traffic secrets book, perfect webinar script. I've got list building secrets. I've got like there's tons, ClickFunnels and funnel hacks webinar